Trek Chatters, I'm Pit Trekkie, and welcome to another episode of Pittsburgh's Trek Chat. So for today's episode, I only have a really short video that I want to do with all of you. So, as you know, we're already into April, and in a few months, the Hallmark Star Trek ornaments will be starting to trickle out, starting in July. But I haven't really heard anything online about what they're going to be. And I check regularly different Star Trek websites to try to find out. So I went on a little adventure onto different Hallmark sites and saw some possible answers to what these ornaments might be. But also, there have been some people on social media who've been leaking pages, at least one page, from the upcoming Dream book. And I believe that's supposed to be released sometime in April, this month here. So I wanted to go over what looks like the ornament list for this year for Hallmark. So we're going to start with the ornaments for the main ship ornament that happens every year. And it looks like what we're going to get is the USS Titan. So I don't understand necessarily why they didn't release it as the Enterprise G, considering that we have all the Enterprises now in ornament form except for the Enterprise F and the Enterprise G. But apparently they're releasing it as the Titan A, and according to what I'm seeing on this paper, it doesn't say anything about it being a magic ornament. It doesn't say if it lights up, doesn't say if it talks, nothing is listed on here. So I'm hoping that we're not going to just get like some sort of dead, stagnant ornament that's not going to look well. It won't fit with the rest of the other ornaments. It was bad enough they did that with the La Sirena ornament a few years ago. I mean, at least they let it talk, but it didn't light up, and that kind of took some of the fun out of that ornament. But again, it looks like we're getting the Titan A, so hopefully as time goes on here, we'll see whether or not it's got some sort of special features or not. After the main ornament, then we're going to talk a little bit about the character ornaments that tend to come out every year. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Guinan from Star Trek The Next Generation. Looks like a pretty decent likeness of Whoopi Goldberg playing the role. And as you can see in the page that I have pictured here, it looks like they have Guinan in that pose where she was when she was talking to Q and Q-Who, and she put her fingers up like this. That's kind of the pose it seems like they're going to be having her in. So that's an interesting pose, and I always like that when she looked like that anyway, so I think it's going to be a nice ornament. Just as a side note, the Titan is going to be released in October, and the Guinan figure is also going to be released in October at this point. The next person ornament that's being released, it's actually two of them. It's Star Trek Lower Decks. We're going to have Beckett and Mariner released, and they're going to be released. They're going to be the only Star Trek ornament from this line that's going to be released apparently in July. So they're just two standard figure ornaments. They're going to come in a set of two. Nothing special about them, no one talking, nothing battery power, nothing like that. So we're going to have Beckett and Mariner to put on our Christmas trees this year. Then we have, for Star Trek Prodigy, we have that's going to be out in October as well, Hologram Janeway. Looks like a pretty nice rendition of her, and it looks like she's holding a cup of coffee. Well, why wouldn't Janeway be with a cup of coffee, whether in person or in hologram form? So got that ornament coming in October as well. Now the next ornament is listed as a magic ornament, and is actually a really neat one. This one doesn't have anything to do with any Star Trek characters at all, but the old Star Trek arcade game back from the early 80s. So we have the Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator arcade game. This ornament is going to be coming out in October. It does light up and play sounds from the original 1983 game. I remember playing this game once when I was a kid in the late 80s or maybe 1990, and it was super hard. But I remember how much I loved the actual look of the simulator. So we're actually going to get that in ornament form this year. Again, it's coming out in October, and I think that's going to be really a great ornament and something different that we've never had before. Now, moving into the mini ornaments. In the last couple of years, 2 years ago, we had the original Enterprise for $10.99, and we had Mini Kirk for $9.99. Then last year, we had the original Enterprise refit for $10.99, and then Spock in his motion picture uniform for $9.99. The same prices continue, but we got two new items here. First one is we're going to have a miniature ornament of USS Voyager, which is going to be really nice. That's also available in October and will be $10.99, and that will be also paired with the ability to buy a miniature 7 of 9. That's also available in October, and that one will retail for $9.99 as well. Now, we also have another tabletop light up for this year. Now, this in 2024 we didn't have one, but in 2022, I believe it was, or 2023, either one, we had a light up version tabletop of the Enterprise orbiting a planet. I actually have it here in my office up here. I just can't pan up there right this moment. So we're going to have another one this year, and this one's actually called Beware the Borg Table Decoration. So it's a big light up cube with a little hook and the Enterprise D hanging out next to it as though it's facing off. So this is going to light up and play not only original dialogue, but also sound effects from, I believe, from The Best of Both Worlds or any of the Borg episodes from The Next Generation. That's going to retail for $99.99, and again, available in October. So that's going to be a nice little addition to the Star Trek tabletop family. So those are basically all of the ornaments that are going to be released. Again, let me give you the prices for all of these ornaments and when they're going to be released. So the USS Titan is scheduled to be released in October and will retail for $27.99. Guinan will be available in October and retail for $19.99. Beckett and Mariner, the set of two, will be available in July, the only ones in July, and they are going to be retailing for $24.99. The hologram Janeway is going to be available in October and will retail for $19.99. The Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator arcade game will be available in October and retails for $36.99. The miniature USS Voyager will be available in October and retail for $10.99. The miniature 7 and 9 will be available in October and also retail for $9.99. And then the Beware the Borg table decoration tabletopper is going to be available in October and retail for $99.99. So that's basically it for this episode. I just wanted to give that basic preview. Like I said, a lot of pictures from the Dream Book have been leaking on social media, and I figured, well, why not jump on the opportunity to kind of go over these first. I'm hoping that the Titan will end up having some sort of magic to it, like most of the other Star Trek ships from the past, starting back in 1991. I guess we'll have to find out and wait. We'll get the official book is supposed to be again out. The Dream Book is supposed to be out this month in April, and the first Keepsake Ornaments launched will be in July, but again, all the Star Trek ones will be in October, except for the Beckett and Mariner 2 ornament set. And so I'd like to know, what are your thoughts about some of these ornaments that are supposed to be coming out this year? You can please leave a comment below. I'd like to get back to you and talk to you about it. You can follow the show. Obviously, if you want to go to my channel, you just go on to youtube.com, type in Pittsburgh's Trek Chat. It'll take you directly to my channel. You can follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/Pittsburgh's Trek Chat. You can also follow the show on X at PGH Trek Chat. Looking forward to the next episode. Until then, may yins live long and prosper.